because I mean, you might already notice that as people get old, it's really hard to change our viewpoint, and even hard to have faith. If someone become a Christian when they're old, it's really hard. It's a big struggle to change their previous mindset. I don't know if you see these kind of people or not, but actually my parents was one of the example, and they become Christian when they were grown up, and so this one is also a very important biblical worldview. It's like eyeglasses that you're watching the world, and it's not like everything is okay. You need to discern and scrutinize what is the best one, what is the truth actually. And I want to be humble before that, because I'm also a human, just a human being, and God's truth is enormous. I just ask God, reveal just a little bit of truth so that I can deliver what God revealed to me, to us. So, but here, so you don't need to trust me, but I ask you to ask God and trust God. Show His way to you, each of you. And then I'm here just to help you and provide what kind of information out there, and what information or what kind of content you will face as you live your life. So I really hope this opportunity helps you. So this is like a series of talk with 6 weeks, and today is the first week, and then we will have Song and Dr. Song, Dr. Michael, and Dr. Kip will come in following weeks. So I really hope you enjoy, and whenever you have a question, you can ask that question next week, because we'll be here for 6 weeks. So just think about it, and just don't hesitate to ask any question, okay? And we are not necessarily know the answer for any question, but we are ready to explore for your any question. Okay, so the title is Christian Science, and I will show you one video. Is there anybody who can guess what this event is? Yes, the flood, global flood. So this is one of the very famous story that you've heard from from time when you're young, from the Sunday school, that the 40 days rain and every earth, including the highest amount, all covered by water, and then Noah and the animal in the ark waited for a year. So when you just read it and then talk about it's very easy to think that rain is like the current time rain, like the modern time rain, like just maybe stormy rain or maybe just a heavy rain for 40 days. But after it's pretty modern time from 1950s. Henry Morris, who is hydrology expert professions, and also John Balcadron, who research about catastrophic plate tectonics, and they hypothesize, and then there are a lot of supportive evidence that the global flood was not just not rainy days, but it was like big movement of plate tectonics, and it caused a lot of tsunami, and then the tsunami is supposed to have 6 times, because if you see, this is not just creation field, but also it's like a general information among secular scholars that there were 6 mega sequences in the geologic column. So it means in the past there were 6 mega tsunami. We don't know what it is. What maybe it could be moon or some comet, or we don't know what caused this. But there were 6 mega sequences, meaning 6 mega tsunamis. So it's just not rainy, but it also has that big movement of the sedimental layers and then tectonic movement. So resulting in that like a big geologic event, right now actually what we could find is this ammonite, trilobite, some kind of charred fossils, and this is a petrified wood. So now the samples are around, so you will see and then you can touch it. So that is a fossil that I personally collected. So you can touch it and then observe it and just take a time. Where is it now? Okay, yeah, some everywhere. Okay, great. So maybe the shark teeth, you will see shark teeth, a really big one. That's a megalodon teeth. That's a fossil that collected from Florida here, USA. And then, can you imagine how big is the mouse with that big teeth? Do you see any animal that has that big teeth? Our teeth is this much. Even a big animal has this, maybe that much, but that one is like one teeth is that big, and mouse will be like this big, and then people just calculate how big will be the shark, and then it's about like a 16 feet length. So that is enormous, and we don't have it. We don't have that big shark right now with us, but we have some land nuts, like a fossil record, so we can just make a guess what lived in the past. And maybe one more thing. So this is petrified wood. Actually, you will see the petrified wood. It's really heavy. That was actually collected in Mississippi, Choctaw County, Mississippi. Have you heard of Red Hill Mine? Red Hill Mine. Yeah, the Red Hill Mine is the mine for coal, lignite. So coal is the one form of fossilized wood. When wood are buried under the mud, it becomes either fossilized, but there are 3 forms of fossilization. One is petrification. So you can see petrification happen in that blob of wood. So because one part is definitely rock, And one another second form of fossilization is coalification. So that's why in lignite mine, bunch of lignite and coal are buried, so people mine for fuel. And then third one is mummified. Mummified meaning undecomposed. It remained as just wood and dried under mud. It's really interesting. And actually there are not many researches and studies on that. And we're really interested. We found real big interest in that sample. Actually, this is not only one sample. In my office, we have bunch of mummified wood, and I saw the microstructure of the wood. It is wood, and then we do some chemical analysis, and each wood, it's conifer wood. It's the same composition, chemical composition that we could find nowadays. It's a conifer wood, but people think about it. Conventional scholars said that this one is 35 to 55 million years old sample. Can you imagine how long it is? No. 50 million years on decomposed wood. Maybe if it's petrified, maybe it could last a long time. But there is undecomposed wood, just remain as the contemporary wood. How can it be preserved that long time? And not many people raise a question about it. Because, you know why? I'll talk about why. But yeah, so that's what we found. And with those findings, actually this is not just surface level. If you go to Grand Canyon, in Grand Canyon there is a sedimental layer that's about 6,000 feet, and that's only for Proterozoic strata, not even go to Cenozoic. And 6,000 feet of big layers are there, and there are fossils inside. And to make a guess of why it happened, contemporary geology make a big assumption, big principle in contemporary geology, which is uniformitarianism. Have you heard uniformitarianism? Yeah, so what it is the present is the key to the past. And present, each year, about 2 to 3 centimeters of sediment deposit. So 2 to 3 centimeters each year, and we have 6,000 feet of the sediment. So they just back calculate how long it takes to have that big strata. So it gives actually 4 and 6 billion years of the Earth age. And actually the father of the geology is Charles Wright, and then he said formation of Earth's crust took place through countless small changes occurring over a vast period of time, all according to known natural laws. Natural laws, but they don't mention what natural laws. We don't know what natural laws make this kind of thing. So this is the Grand Canyon, and then they say this is Paleozoic. It happens about 500 million years old. So this is the one that many majority people, not just in the USA. Actually, USA is maybe the least because of many chance of homeschooling and Christian school and private school. You guys have a freedom of education. But in European country, in Asian countries, any other country, it is the only one content that people learn at school. So maybe you will see in media, in books, the majority of the outside culture just choose this viewpoint. But it necessarily be true. So is science about the truth? Yes, science is about seeking the truth. Because because of this, science really try to be objective. No matter what background you have, no matter what religion you have, no matter how old you are, science really try to be objective. So that's what it works. We need to acknowledge it. Science really itself try to be objective. And this is good because God is true. God is truth. God is the truth to everybody. No matter what background you have, no matter what thought you have, no matter how old you are, no matter what time of the history you live, God is the truth. So this is good. The problem is many secular scholars, they define science as naturalism. The belief that nature is all there is. So actually naturalism, I will show you what naturalism is. It's not difficult because naturalism, the idea of naturalism, materialism is what you face every day in YouTube or in TV show, drama, because this viewpoint is what the majority of people choose. And this one is like one idea that go with globalism, like all globalism. So, this sounds really familiar to you. But this naturalism, the people choose naturalism viewpoint. Say, I'm a naturalist. I choose this viewpoint because this is scientific. This is based on science. But actually, naturalism is not science. It's rather a philosophy. It's a philosophical viewpoint. So here I'm going to talk about the type of science. So there is observational science or operational science, so which is like you measure and quantify something and then make a hypothesis and then make a theory, like gravity theory or the buoyancy theory. That Jesus should not walk on the water, but he walked. So observational or operational science. Yeah, and another type of science is historical science. So historical science is dealing with the past. So actually this is the same principle, like you made a prediction to the past based on the evidence you found today. That is historical science. So one of the reasons, okay, so there are two models, like a big two models to explain the origin. So actually, in between those extreme two, there are several different views, but actually, several other viewpoints all related to those two. So extreme two make very clear what viewpoint out there. So, actually, it's my personal story that I really get into this origin, creation, and evolution from when I was 7th grade, like my middle school, and this really hold my thought all the time. Actually, that's how I came to United States. And whenever I brought this topic with other people, usually many people say, "Oh, don't think too serious about it. It just happened in the past. It happened in the past. We don't care about it. We just care about present. So whatever it happens in the past, we don't care. We really need to care about this today and tomorrow, our life. It's too urgent. We don't need to care about the past. It already happened. Whatever happened, it happened. We don't care." I heard these things a lot. But the interpretation of the past actually that define our present, meaning your view to see your life, your ethics, values, purpose of life, everything about right now from past. So interpretation of the past is really important because it determines our present, and our present determines our future, and also our interpretation of the past make us to predict our future, where to go, how to live, what to believe. So that's why this is quite important. This is also naturalism is a belief that only nature laws and forces operate in the world. Matter, and material is the fundamental things. They cause everything. Like undirected material process create the life. From material to life. Can you believe it? No. Because you know why? If you see Turkey, we had Turkey. And Turkey was alive. And then suddenly it's slaughtered. Do you see any difference? Yes, what difference? Life is gone. But material-wise, same material. People die. What's changed? The material-wise, nothing. All materials are there, right? Only change is life. What is life? Nobody answered. I can say this because I looked for the definition of life for years and years. I read the book, What is Life? In our house we have a book, What is Life? Because I was really wondering, what is life? God says He is life. What is life? Nobody knows. Somebody said it's a complex something organization. How complex is life? If the airplane is really complex, it becomes life? No. And some people say it should have a reproductive system. Okay. That's something great because only life makes offspring. Plants, animals. What if somebody make some machine that make offspring? Is it life? I don't know. Actually, I don't know what life is. But the thing is, when we see death, we see life is. What life is. Because it's a complete opposite of death. We know what death is, very clear, right? It happens every day. When we see death, we know what life is. But still, materials are all there. Material cannot make life because even dead one has material, but it cannot make life. But naturalism says material is everything. But creationism is belief that God created time-space material life, and there is magnificent orders and beauty in nature because God is omnipotent, He is beautiful, He is glorious, and His characteristics are all reflected in His creation. And position of human is different from animal, and there is a purpose in nature and human life. That's creationism. So when you see naturalism, people usually think, oh, we are very sophisticated, modern human. We don't believe idols anymore. Like ancient people, like bow down and like do some sacrifice to some gold image or something. We don't do it anymore. We are very sophisticated. But if you see the Bible in Acts 17:29, somebody would read it. Anybody? Yeah, just read it. Abby. Being then God's offspring, we are not to think that the divine created by gold or silver or stone, an image formed by the art and imagination. This is Acts. Like 2,000 years ago, Paul says to Greek people that God, we ought not to think that the divine being God is like gold or silver, like a gold or silver or stone. What is that? Material. We are here believing the same. Like a material is a God. Materialism is basically same to the idol of gold, silver, or stone. And God kept giving us the same warning. I'm not the gold or silver or stone, not like that kind of material. I'm not material. I'm the creator of the material. And the atom, even the atom element, they can be a God. They can be a creator. That's just material. But the naturalism is like one of the prevalent idea in modern era. And if you see modern history, so Gutenberg Bible started to print it in European country, in German, then around 1400. And then after that, about 50 or 70 you learn in history class, right? In the world history. Here, how much time I have?
15, 20 minutes.
Okay, thank you. So, actually, as a nation, I had a big question. Why European countries could develop those beautiful science, like much developed science, political structures, like a democracy, and now it just passes to all over the country, to Africa, Asia, like Australia, 7 continents. Why? Why? Is it really because that like white people are superior than the other race? I mean, I'm not racist, but is it like a European country? Why? How can they develop those like advanced science, technology, political structures, even though the clothes that nowadays everybody wear originated from European country. Like they kind of develop these kind of things, and then now become modernized, but it originated from European countries. Why? Have you thought of it? Do you have any rough guess? Rough guess? I think it's because of the Bible. They had Bible. They had God. They had the truth. Asian country, we didn't have the Bible until 100 years ago. 100 years ago, we didn't. They had the Bible. They know how to live. They know how to interact with family, other people, how to make an organization, like how to make a church organization, and then the church politics structure become a country politics structure, and they build a hospital because they value to heal people, education system like the school. Wherever missionary goes to other country, the first thing they do is building school, building hospital. Why? They don't have. Then Korea, we have like a little one, not like a really this structure that organized hospital and school when missionary first came. How they develop those kind of very advanced social structure? It's not because European people or like white people are superior or smarter than other race. Because I don't see it. We are all human. But the one reason I only difference that I see is the Bible. They knew what is truth. They knew how to make a life. And then following this Bible, Protestant Reformation, scientific Reformation happened, and enlightenment last for about 100 years. And then here we go, origin of species. So during that time, in the middle of the 1800s, there were a lot of big discussion about the origin of geology, origin of the geological columns, origin of life, and so around this time, the evolution idea actually started really vigorously. And what happened in America is you have American Civil War. What year was it? American Civil War.
Civil War, what year?
Big, loud. 1860. Yeah, 1861 to the 1865. Right after origin of species. Would Americans really care about origin when they are in the war? No, they are in the war. How can they think about origin of our life, that kind of things? Because they need mercy from God. So, actually, largely unnoticed until the end of 19th century in America. So that's why right now, if you see a lot of European countries, 70-80% of the public strongly support the evolutionary idea, even whether they are Christian or not. But on the other hand, in America, around 50% of public support creation. And the Mississippi is one of the largest portion of people who support creation idea, creator. Yes. And many other countries, especially European countries, mock the state because how could they believe creator? We should accept evolutionary idea. So that's why that kind of atmosphere make C.S. Lewis, even C.S. Lewis accept the evolutionary idea because that's like a social pressure, and they didn't have any other alternate choice of idea. They thought that's the truth, and that could happen. I don't blame him. Maybe I would believe something wrong, some wrong idea I might choose and then live my life. So because everybody made a mistake and we are not perfect, I admit it. But it's very thankful that this country not largely affected. Like actually the academic field is not largely affected by evolutionary idea until the end of like the beginning of 1900, and then actually after 50 years later, around 1950, ICR and creation science movement happened occurred in this country, and then that's we are here now. Let me just go through it very quickly. So there are 4 reasons that I don't. The reason that why I don't trust and I don't accept the naturalistic idea. Rather, why I really believe, not believe. I know. So the 4 reasons. I will show you 4 reasons that why I know God is the creator. And the first one is missing link, lack of transitional fossil. So if you see fossil, like you are now watching fossil. So the fossil, people talk about fossil a lot, but actually, in reality, about 95% of all fossils are sea creatures, like seashells, a lot of seashells. If you go to Hello, the Cretaceous Park, you can just grab it, sea fossils, a lot. And maybe in your backyard, you can see that. And around 4.75% is plant matter, like petrified wood, that kind of wood. And only 0.25% are vertebrate, which most are 1 or 2 bones and fractures, not even a whole body. If you see dinosaurs, like people think, a lot of dinosaurs fossils should be there. Only 2,000 so far over the whole world. 2,000 fossils, including 1 or 2 bones. It's not like 2,000 whole dinosaurs. So it's quite rare. And among those fossils, there's no single transitional form that linked 2 different kinds. I'm not talking about species. Here I'm talking about kind. Kind is actually what God created. How God created each different, like this with a lot of variation of life. So this is a creation model. We have orchard model. That because if you see the evolution tree model, I agree with all of these branch part. But what I don't agree is this primitive cell. And the reason I don't believe is I'm sorry, God, but it's not because of Bible. It's because we don't have any scientific supportive evidence that any living creature evolved from primitive cell. We don't have any evidence, not just evidence, but there is no theory actually. There is no mechanism, suggested mechanism, nothing. So if you see Genesis 1, there is God, in the Bible it says, God created according to their kind. It mentioned 4 times, according to their kind. 4 times, really making sure it is being heard according to their kind. So that's how God created this beautiful, a lot of variation, a lot of different kind of all animals. Great unconformity. This is the second one. So great unconformity is that if you see the geology column, there is Precambrian layer. Precambrian layer. This Precambrian layer is found in everywhere in the whole earth. Everywhere. Everywhere. Have you heard this great unconformity? Great unconformity. Okay. Great unconformity. This is one really big question for the geology community because this Precambrian, can you just go make people around this creation? You do that? Okay. Is there a sample with the orange color rock?
Creation rock?
Yes, creation rock. Okay. So that is, yes. So if you see, you already see this.
It's already been around.
Okay. So this orange color rock is from Precambrian. Precambrian layer that is found everywhere and very strangely it eroded like just flat, like this, everywhere. So this is Colorado, it's me. Flat erode everywhere. People doesn't know why. How? Why? And also the very interesting thing is no fossil found in this layer. No fossil layer, no fossil. Right above, bunch of fossil. Actually more than we discovered right now. More number of the animal or plant kinds. So, and this layer, Precambrian layer, doesn't have fossil, and also very interesting is this kind of layer has their own their grain size and their own structure, but this layer doesn't have specific structure. They're like all mixed. If you see the rock, like a big grain, small grain, all just mixed. They are not structured, they are not salty. And we see it, I see it, as a creation rock. Because in Genesis 1-2, the earth was without form and void, but the without form and void in Hebrew means chaos. Chaos and emptiness. It's chaos. That rock is just chaos. And the reason why there's no fossil, because when God created the rock and earth, when there's no life, there's no animal, no plant, just rock there, right? And then after that, in 4th day and 5th day, God created all the living creatures, and then they were buried during the Noah's flood. So Dr. Michael will talk about the Noah's flood later, but so what we see is during the Noah's flood, all these strata, sedimental layers were formed with all the living creatures buried. That's why we only found the fossil in this sedimental deposition, not in the Precambrian layer. There's no fossil. Doesn't it make sense to so much, right? Creation. This is creation law. So all other sedimental layers are from flood. So we see the rock that formed during the creation week right now in front of us. Isn't it amazing? And the third one is rapid barrier that we see a lot of fossil recorded the big fish eating a small fish and it just died during the dinner. It's so rapid because they didn't have enough time to get out. And also even this dragonfly was recorded as a fossil, meaning they actually insect decompose in 1 or 2 days. They're just gone. Especially underwater, 1 day it will be enough for them to be decomposed. So the meaning, the indication of this insect fossil is that it should be buried very quickly, less than one day, just instantly, with a big pressure and big pressure and some heat. And then number 4, the reason is Cambrian explosion. So I just told you about the Precambrian. And the Cambrian is here. So right above the Precambrian, that very clean erode surface, we see the fossil record of the living creature. So this is the number of phyla. So what is no phyla? Have you learned the classification of living creature? So here, classifying, right? So phyla is the second one, kingdom and phylum. So this phyla, number of phyla, is actually the highest right after Precambrian. It's during the Cambrian, and it's constantly decreased, meaning many creatures are extinct. We don't have some animals that live in the past, but not right now. So that's why this graph going down. And if evolution is the working mechanism, then it should increase very gradually, not like this. We shouldn't have a Cambrian explosion. So, and this one is not from Christian community. The Cambrian explosion is a very famous idea that all the conventional scholars all accept. We know that happened, but just because resist to not to believe the evolutionary idea. But anyway, these are two reasons that I don't accept the evolutionary idea or materialistic idea. So actually, one of the results from the evolution, very strong evolutionary idea that covered the whole society in European countries during the 1800 and 1900 leads to this humanism in England. So they thought like this Congo people from Africa is like one of the less evolved human. So they make some exhibit with the Congo people. Okay, and then this one is some eugenics. But what I said is we all human. It's not like somebody less evolved, somebody is much advanced evolved. We are all one race, created as an image of God. And why is creation really important? Is that actually the origin, the question about origin determines our everything, like the meaning of life, standard, marriage, one race, God's word, creation. So those all ideas are based on our creator. If we deny our creator, we can just over and for pornography, homosexual behavior, racism, men's opinion, because my opinion is the best without creator. So actually, the acknowledging creator is really important. And I was reading a book that is a war against God that was written by Nayeon Lee, and it was written in 1980s. And then at the book, he made a prediction, 1980s in US, and he made a prediction, maybe if this society just keep going with this evolutionary idea, maybe later this society will just accept the abortion and homosexuality, and because the current pleasure is everything that people just follow. He predict. It's not like it's not prophetic. It's just a predict from logical prediction. From if people just follow evolutionary idea and materialistic idea, that's how society will go. And then it happens right now. So his prediction, like 30 years ago, was being right. And very thankfully, we have a Bible. And one day I talked with my 9 and 6 years old kids that, hey, isn't it really amazing that we have truth, unchanging truth. We don't even know what is eternal life. And we have truth. Isn't it amazing? We have truth. And they told me, Mom, did you just know it? I didn't know it. We have truth. We have truth in our hands. So I'm very thankful that God allows us to believe in our in our capacity. He just gave us in a language that we can understand, we can appreciate. So it's really amazing. And yeah, thank you so much. And sorry, I was supposed to. But yeah, this is the next 5 talks that we are going to come, and then I will be back at the end of February. So if you have any questions, just don't hesitate, and you can write some note and then hand it to anybody. And thank you so much.
Thank you.